I had such high hopes for oh man, the bed is... I had such high hopes for today's vlog. You know, it was gonna be my very first Q&A. I was gonna shoot time lapses. Today's video is gonna be a Q&A. So I put up a story on Instagram and I basically said, anyone who wants to ask me a question, ask me a question. Let's start off with the first question. Which yo-yo strings do you recommend and why? I think I would recommend Kitty String Fat. That's what I use. Blueprint string is also pretty good. 84 string is also pretty good. I just think you have to figure out what you want in a string. I like durability and grippiness. Those are the two things that I want inside my string. My go-to is Kitty String Fat. So there are twos from Jason_Yoyo and Izzy1245. How are you feeling? How's your day been, Brandon? You know, it started off pretty good. It was a beautiful day. I'm kind of disappointed that this vlog isn't as aesthetically pleasing as it could have been, but other than that, I'm fine. I am also mildly sleep deprived, so I wanna go to bed as early as possible today. Okay, I'm gonna combine these two questions. Any thoughts on collabs and extending your team? Do you think Offset will ever have a contest team? Collabs, yes, I definitely want to do some collabs. Contest team. I want to do it in the future, but not right now. And I think this is another question that I always get asked that I want to elaborate on while I'm here. A lot of people come up to me and they're like, Brandon, can you please sponsor me? Can Offset Yo-Yo please sponsor me? And I'm like, why? Like, okay, first of all, not because I don't want to sponsor anyone ever. That's not the thing. The thing is because Offset is like a tiny microscopic company right now. The revenue that's coming in is barely enough to support me, and that is a long shot. And I don't know what players are expecting when they quote unquote want to be sponsored by Offset Yo-Yo. If I was to open up sponsorships, you would get like 1 or 2 yo-yos and a t-shirt, and you would be on Team Offset, and that would be it. Everyone's like, oh my god, I want to be sponsored. Like, that's how most yo-yo company sponsorships are. You get a couple of yo-yos, you get a free t-shirt, and then all you have to do is compete with those yo-yos and give that brand exposure. I don't personally think that that's productive on either side. It's not productive for me as the company owner. It's not productive for you as the yo-yo player. So I'm just opting out of the entire sponsorship thing altogether. And because I have a YouTube channel, because I'm in a weird position where I have like a lot more reach than the average yo-yo player, I'm not leaning on a team to promote my yo-yos. I'm just promoting my yo-yos. When I feel as if Offset is in a position where it is financially stable enough to collaborate with other yo-yo players and we have a mutually beneficial relationship, meaning I can offer them something and they can offer me something, that is when I will start building out the Offset team. From yo.dan.eel, if you were to produce a yo-yo not irony based, what would it initially look like? I'm working on that actually. So it would probably be a rounded yo-yo of some sort. I'm not sure what it would look like yet, but there's probably gonna be prototypes coming soon. Whole bunch of questions here. Okay, I'm gonna pick the ones that I think are gonna give the most people the most value. Favorite type of music to yo-yo to? I personally yo-yo a lot to electronic music. I like electronic music, so a lot of trap beats. I listen to a little bit of hardstyle, dubstep, trance. That's my favorite genre to yo-yo to. K-pop every now and then. I'll listen to like K-pop. I don't have a particularly masculine sense of music taste. Will you ever start doing real horizontal? I am actively trying to fix my angle. Gentry's on my back about it, some other kids are on my back about it, everyone's on my back about it, I am trying. This is a fun one. Want to know if your opinion if there will ever be a yo-yo competition in the World Olympics? I personally don't think so, but hey, I could be wrong. From Adrian Bellis. How do you go about making a cohesive and mature performance? I don't know what you mean by mature. I think that's probably just how your stage presence comes out. I don't have any opinions on that. But in terms of cohesive, I think cohesive means you have to have a lot of tricks. You have to have a lot of trick variation, and you have to sequence them in a way that makes sense and kind of builds up an excitement and kind of goes out and undulates and peaks and tells a story while you're yo-yoing. So I would say trick variation and trick sequencing is probably the two levers you pull when you make what is called a cohesive routine. In terms of mature, I don't really know what you mean by that. I guess just act with a level of professionalism. Don't do anything on stage that would make other people feel uncomfortable. Like, I don't know, like just don't do anything that would be considered edgy, I guess. What aspects of yo-yoing do you think prevent you from becoming the world champion? What aspects of my yo-yoing, of yo-yoing in general? If there was one, the scoring system. I'm just not a good enough player under that specific scoring system. In terms of weaknesses that I have, there are a lot. Trick variation, trick difficulty, trick diversity. There's a whole bunch. I think I answered that question, yeah. From May.04, stay safe. I will. I'm at my parents' right now. I am sipping tea. I'm trying to travel as little as possible. We are in lockdown right now, so I appreciate that. This is a cool one. Winjamin, you are always working out. What fitness goals do you have? This is a good question. I don't have any fitness goals as of late. And out of my 24 years of human life, one common factor I've found is that every single time I'm in a rut, like every single time, without exception, I am like unfit and I've stopped exercising. I don't know if that's a correlation causation thing, but I'm just exercising right now to stay out of that rut. I'm feeling pretty productive these days. I'm making vlogs every day, I'm like yo-yoing, I'm like working part-time-ish, I'm trying to do the whole yo-yo company thing. I'm feeling productive right now, and I have like this sick fear that if I stop exercising and stop training, and I become like a bit of a slob, I'm gonna go into a rut and all of this is gonna fall away. So I'm not training for a fitness goal in mind, I'm just training to remain productive. Okay, from Sean.lamp.man, does your busy lifestyle stress you out? If so, how do you deal with it? I don't know if I wanna accept the title of being busy. I mean, I guess I have been grinding for like the last 30 days, but actually, here's how I'll answer it. I remember when I was working my 9 to 5, and I wasn't doing very much work. I stumbled upon this Jeff Bezos quote, and it was like, stress doesn't come from hard work, stress comes from ignoring something you shouldn't be ignoring. Something along those lines.
Stress comes from ignoring things that you shouldn't be ignoring. Stress doesn't come from hard work, for example. You know, you can be working incredibly hard and loving it, and likewise, you can be out of work and incredibly stressed.
And now that I've like kind of eliminated all the things I don't want to do and gone full in on the things I do want to do, there's a lot less stress. This is from Kenny JU. How much of a challenge was it to start your own company? It wasn't challenging at all. Starting it is the easiest part. Running it and making sure that it's profitable and that this works and I don't have to go back to the 9 to 5 thing, that is the challenge. That is going to be incredibly challenging. Don't know if I'm gonna succeed on that front, but starting it, that was pretty easy. In fact, I didn't even start it, Nick started it. But in any case, if I were to start it, it would be a lot easier. Pokyo Bang the. Do you wanna be the world yo-yo champion? I mean, I wouldn't mind. What happened to your spinning horizontal combo? Do you still do it? The reason I stopped doing it was because there's a lot of repeated elements. I'd assume you probably get like 2 clicks from the entire way around, and the combo takes a lot of time to do. So that reason I cut it out of all my freestyles. The only time I'll do it is when I screw up a behind the back horizontal trick and I just need something to fill the time. Fave yo-yo other than the Outlier 2 and why? I've said this before, probably the irony, because it is like the OG, is like the predecessor to the Outlier 2. How would you say the Deviant compares to the Irony JPX? Ooh, that's an interesting one. The Deviant right now is wider and is more affordable, and it's got a longer axle, so it's more durable. And it's made from 6061 aluminium, which is the cheaper aluminium. The Irony JP was made from 7075. I could have made the Deviant out of 7075, but then it would be around 60, 65 USD, I reckon. And I think you guys are really resonating with this low 45 USD price point. And the reason is because it's made from the cheaper aluminium, so that will probably be the difference. Am I competing in the online World Yo-Yo contest? No. How many contests have I been in? I honestly don't know. Final answer is like 15-ish. I'm not sure what the actual number is. How many contests have I won? Sydney Yo-Yo contest, 2012, 2013, ANYC 2014, ANYC 2015. Those were like my big yo-yo contest wins. And then I also won a yo-yo contest in Malaysia. It was like a Malaysian Yo-Yo Open. So that's like 5 contests. What's your go-to casual yo-yo, just chilling? I'm not really sure. I will generally play with like an organic yo-yo. So this is like a mithril, I don't even know what this is, like a mithril Zeppelin. This is a yo-yo that I'm chilling with currently. It's not an offset yo-yo, and the reason I'm using that is because it's rounded, so I really want to make a rounded offset yo-yo. Other than that, I'll play with a variant every now and then when I just want to chill, but to be honest with you, I've been using outliers like 85% of the time. The times I don't use an outlier is when there's like another yo-yo lying around and I'm just playing with it. Like when I'm doing like designated yo-yo time, it's with an outlier 2 or a deviant prototype right now. Okay, I believe that was like most of the questions. Apologies if I missed your question, but I think that's basically it. If you guys want to ask me a question for another episode of this Q&A, follow me on Instagram, and every time I do one of those posts, just ask a question. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys. Hopefully this wasn't too boring. I guess we'll see how this goes, and I will see you guys next time.